Today's collectible spot. Spot's having a look at the Monogram International, the Avengers Age of Ultron, the Hulkbuster Paperweight. Through a series of 3 different reviews, Spot's been having a look at the Monogram International Hulkbuster Paperweight. Well, not quite Hulkbuster with all 3 of them, but we had a look first at the Mark 46 Paperweight, followed by the bust of Hulkbuster Paperweight. Now we're going to be having a look at the full-sized Hulkbuster Paperweight. A much larger box as well, and more enclosed also, that you're not going to be able to see what the paperweight's going to look like until we get the Hulkbuster out of its packaging. Speaking though of the packaging is quite nice. Love this artwork of the Hulkbuster that they've used on the front. As for the side of the box, we've got Hulkbuster at the top there. And spinning around the back, we've got only his face shown with Hulkbuster Paperweight down below. This comes to us from the folks over at Monogram International. To check out more from them, not only the paperweights that they're producing, but a multitude of different collectibles, head over to www.monogramdirect.com. Spot's going to take himself a break. Well, there's his arm there as well. I'm going to take myself a break. I'm going to get this completely out of box. But when we come back, we're going to get a better look at the Monogram International Avengers Age of Ultron, the Hulkbuster Paperweight. Here's more heading your way, guys. Don't go anywhere. Stay tuned. The Hulkbuster Paperweight comes actually in 2 pieces. You get your main base, featuring the Hulkbuster, and then you've got the Hulkbuster himself that sits on top of the base, or stands so much on top of the base. Let's have a look first at the bottom, and then we'll look at the Hulkbuster, and then we'll put the 2 together. So for the base, you've got just this debris, rubbled area, and you've got Hulkbuster on the front. Some textured work at where the feet obviously are going to be standing on there. Then on the underside, you've got Marvel, Marvel.com, Monogram International Inc. The base isn't as heavy as I was expecting it to be, but then again, when you add Hulkbuster to it, you're adding extra weight to it, so collectively it's going to be a heavier paperweight. I like this though, especially like the Hulkbuster on the front. That's a nice touch. Nice dark gray color. I love gray. Nice dark gray color that they've used for it. So we'll put that right there. And then let's have a look at the Hulkbuster himself. There is no moving components on Hulkbuster. He's basically one staction statue. You can see the bottom undersides of his feet do line up to that of the Hulkbuster base. Paint is really nice on this guy. Slightly a different color, or more accurate I think to the movie, but it's more a darker red, darker gold, and darker silver than that of the bust bank that we had to look at. Just a little bit of dust or something on the back there. There we go. Just take a cloth and I can clean that off. Yeah, I like that. I like little silver accents there. Gold. Again, doesn't really have a lot of weight to it, but then keeping in mind that's going to be going on top of the base. Yeah, just take a little bit of a damp cloth. It doesn't actually look like it's paint removed. I wouldn't even say it's dust. It's probably just maybe from the styrofoam. Just to do a comparison between this one and what we've already had a look at, the first thing we started with, we kind of went small and we worked our way up. There's the Mark 46 light-up paperweight. You can see how the color differs from one another. This is more of a pinkish red and gold color with the silver versus the darker red color. So we had a look at 46 first, then moving up to a little bit more accurate. We had a look at the Mark, well not the Mark, but the Hulkbuster light-up paperweight. Give you a contrast between the 2. I really like these. I really especially like the fact that they light up too. But it's a more softer color scheme than this one right here. Those are the 2 light-up paperweights. Let's go ahead and get Hulkbuster on his base. So you guys can see the complete, and see, yeah, that's between the 2, that's where you're getting all that extra weight from. But there are the 3 individual paperweights that Monogram produces for at least the Hulkbuster or the Iron Man from Age of Ultron. I think my favorite might very well be the light-up options, although I do really like the larger scale format of the full Hulkbuster with his display stand. I really like the coloring on these two here, the more pinkish red, the more subtle golds and subtle silvers. I think this one's a little bit more accurate to the movie, mind you. And the darker reds, the darker golds, and darker silvers. If you guys are, by the way, interested in picking up any one of these, best bet is check out your local comic book stores. Spot always says that. Check out your local comic book stores. Not only are you supporting the stores themselves, but you can go in from time to time and find some really awesome pieces like this in their store shelves. Today's collectible spot was having a look at the Monogram International, the Avengers Age of Ultron, looking at the Hulkbuster Paperweight. Stay tuned, guys. Spot's going to have more collectible spots heading your way. As always, thanks for watching as you always do. See you next time.